Before we go into the game, I don't know how much time I'm going to be in a game today. Probably 1 hour from the time that I'm starting this stream. Yeah, maybe. Um, and yeah, we are going to watch first this video. Uh, wait. This video about Nintendo 2. Also, before from beat 'em ups, yeah, from beat 'em ups. Nintendo 2 model from beat 'em ups. Like Nintendo Switch. I love Nintendo Switch because they always do consoles that last almost 10 years. And that's fucking crazy because they always update that. It's just so amazing. Not just like a console that you buy it and 5 years later they just drop a new one. Like this fast. Nintendo actually, it actually is a really good console because it's not too expensive and it lasted for ages. It will last for ages. Even my Nintendo Wii, it lasts for ages. I have the games there. I can just connect to my television and I start playing that shit. It's not like it's outdated or something. Maybe it's outdated, but it is Wii. Wii is never outdated. Come on. You have Wii, Nintendo Sports and things like that. Like, maybe it's Wii because I'm old, but anyways, I wanted to say you something before starting this react that probably next stream will be like us watching Shoe Kitty because I think it's gonna out tomorrow, the second season. Anyways, and since we watched it last year, like yeah, we watched it last year from like February, I guess. Yeah, something like that. I think was on this time too. We may get a Nintendo Switch 2 officially announcement at 1 a.m. From 3 hours from now? Oh my god. Okay, if we get, I'm gonna watch it then. I will see that then. I will see that then. Anyways, all this to say that I'm gonna do we're gonna be a watch party of Shoe Kitty and what I was about to say more. And yeah, I probably will not save that streams. They are not gonna be saved on the channel because of copyright. Yay. And you know what happened to the channel already. It's only rumors, but yeah, but like it's outing a lot of content about Nintendo 2 like from yesterday. Like how can Beat It Ups leak the Nintendo 2 model without Nintendo knowing it? Like, it doesn't make sense because I know this guy and I know he wouldn't do that because, like Nintendo could be like really, really mean, really mad and really mean with that. So, I think it has to be a reason why. Because this guy always gets a little bit like the things earlier, to talk about the things earlier. Not in the case of Alarmo because he did. But anyways, I don't think that this is, probably we will get it. But if we get it like at 1 a.m., I will see. Also, I'm subscribing to Nintendo here on YouTube, so I will get like, yeah, probably will get like notification. Okay, so let's see.
Alright, if you know me, you know that I don't love talking about Switch 2 leaks. At least not on my main channel here. On my podcast, I'll do it all week, every week. But if I'm gonna do it here, it needs to be special. Yes, so here's the Switch 2.
Okay.
It's a Switch 2 that I
Okay.
3D printed. And it is the actual file of the Switch 2. At least it's the
Okay,
file
3D
that everybody
printed.
else has been using online to share leaks of this console.
Wait, you made a 3D version? Wait, what? What is
Over
going
the
on
last
with
couple of
Nintendo
days,
community?
Genki took this same model render.
Wait, I need to. I forgot the volume. You guys can listen to me if I keep, you know. Yeah, I forgot about the volume. Volume! I love this lagging. Okay. Okay, here we go.
To CES, a big convention in Las Vegas, and we're just showing it off. Genki has a Switch 2, allegedly. Not this one in the picture, God no. They would be sued to holy hell and back, and to be honest, they're skirting the line as it is. They took that Switch, they made a render of it, and they 3D printed it, and they brought that to the convention.
Yeah, at least that's what
Wait,
Genki
what?
said a couple days ago, but now both Nintendo and Genki are denying that that's the case and that that is not the actual Switch. But I've been making this video for 2 days, and I don't know if I believe any of that.
Meanwhile, I was at home 3D printing this model render, and it confirmed that the render that I have is the same as what they have. Bar just a couple differences, but it's the exact same size, dimensions,
Okay.
and all of that. And I know that because, well,
I'm
I can see
confused.
size, but also all of these
Wait, I'm confused. They had a printed version to show in a convention. Now they are saying that it's not real. Now this guy somehow made it because it has a. I'm confused.
companies that have been releasing accessories like Genki, which we'll look at today, Satisfy, D-Brand, they're all working from the same model. And yes, if you didn't know, you can already buy third-party accessories for the Switch 2 that are
What?
proudly listed, available for
Wait,
purchase
what?
online, before Nintendo has even revealed the console. We've seen everything this console has.
Bro, imagine if Nintendo comes with a really different console and was all just bait. It was so mean and bad if they do that.
To offer,
Oh
including
my
the
god.
inside motherboard. Nintendo, where are ya? What is happening?
They said motherboard. Wait.
Motherboard. Nintendo. Console has to offer, including the inside motherboard. Nintendo, where are ya?
Wait, so you tell me that I can do a Switch from the scratch? I can do Nintendo Switch from the scratch at home? I just. Oh my fucking god. Okay, this is crazy.
What
Who
is
did
happening?
this?
I should not be sat
Good
here
question.
with a 3D model render of your console before you show
Yeah.
me. I mean, to be fair, I did have the Zelda Special Edition Switch before you revealed it, but come on.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be
exactly.
absolutely batcrap insane if this was all a ruse by Nintendo and they reveal the Switch 2 here in the next couple weeks and it looks nothing like this? That'd be awesome.
It's like I'm saying. It's like I'm saying. Ah! If it happens, everyone will feel so like, bro, I can't believe in this. Imagine.
Hello, it's me.
They're
I'm
trolling.
Swith, and I
They're
can call
trolling.
my Lord and Savior.
They're
That
trolling.
sounds
Oh,
good.
okay. Okay.
Listen,
We can pass this part.
just
Slay, but
limited. You can get it
I wish I could have this, just like for some reasons.
to the Switch.
VPN
I
is
have.
really good.
Let's just go back to the video. All right, I want to look at this. I want to compare it to the Switch I have as well as the other consoles that I have. And I also want to look at every Switch
He
leak
has a
that
lot
we
of.
currently have. This is a one-for-one what we're getting according to all of the leaks. They obviously look kind of identical to the original ones and
Yeah.
they are much, much larger. Around about the same thickness.
You know, it feels like it's like the Nintendo one and Nintendo OLED just came together and had a child. It feels like
But you
it.
have this big button here
It
on
is
the
like
side, which, to
really.
begin with, when all these leaks were coming out, I wasn't convinced that's how you remove the Joy-Cons, but once I snap these in and I imagine myself removing them magnetically, that trigger is actually in the perfect position for me to
Yeah.
pry away this Joy-Con. It's also
Yeah.
clear that they've made
Okay.
the SL and SR buttons so much bigger this time around, which is awesome. I always thought this was ridiculous. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking with that one.
Okay.
I guess there wasn't much real estate, to be fair, but now, because we don't have to have a full slider and also just a wider Joy-Con in general, allowed these just massive buttons that really put the old ones to shame. We have this big divot in the middle here,
Okay.
and that is where they will actually connect onto the Switch. And then the only other thing, well, there's two,
Huh.
I guess, but the more exciting one is this little square here, and if we take a look at this leaked image, it looks like there's an optical camera in there, and if you look at the Genki leaked video footage, you can actually see the controller turned on and flashing a red light. So what this looks to be is a short throw optical sensor, which
Is that supposed to be for like games like Just Dance to be easier to like play it? Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
is what is in a mouse. There is a better than none possibility
Yeah.
that you will be using these Joy-Cons like a mouse, and we'll talk about that as we get there. The final thing is this extra little button down here,
Wait.
which has a C on it. We don't know what that means yet. It could mean cast. I've heard a theory that's been a
It will be amazing if you. Oh my god, if this is real. Oh my god. Like you can. You can just you. Hã? Eu depois falo contigo. Okay. What I was about to say, wait. I forgot. I forgot. My mom computer, I forgot. I forgot. Oh yeah. I was like, finally, if this happens, if this is real, we can finally like do stream on Twitch. It will be, it will be amazing. Or even film like the gameplays, not just like 30 seconds. You know, like film the full gameplay. I just wish they let us film some more games because the games that I play they don't allow that. Which is stupid because I play the game so well and sometimes I want to record myself playing the game because it's so I'm so slaying and they just don't. In some games they are not allowed it. But you can take pictures. What is the difference? Anyways, let's keep going.
confirmed theory, if that's even a thing, that this may be able to cast like the Portal does in a way, but to the TV. Now, I don't know about that
Yeah,
one. I'm not
probably.
putting
Yeah,
my money on it.
yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
maybe
Cast on TV too. And cast like in your PC without having to buy a lot of stuff that is really expensive and you can cast on your PC and then you can fucking play in Twitch. Like I can be here playing on my Switch. It will be amazing. But I don't know.
there's a
Till I buy
reality where
this,
we dock
it's
this
gonna
thing
take.
normally to get that normal docked play that we're used to, that will have AI upscaling, and we can look at that today, because, oh baby, I might have been right about that. But there's a possibility that maybe it could connect to that same dock through that button, and that way you could have two screens, and it might open up things like what the Wii U possibly tried to do. So,
Yeah.
possibilities.
Okay.
But moving on from all of
Okay.
that,
Okay.
the
Okay.
last thing I'll say is the color scheme is completely up in the air. A lot of people seem to think that it's going to
Somehow it's gonna be pastel and one is gonna be pink pastel. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You know, just let me dream. Let me dream.
to be like this. I've heard other rumors that it's an all black system.
Actually, since I've been making this video, it seems like the leading theory is it is this all black with orange and blue highlights. And I'm assuming the white and black mock-ups were probably to play it safe from a legal standpoint. But I mean,
Maybe they
Genki
have.
literally brought
Wait, maybe they have like a white version, like a black version and a white version. I don't know.
these and showed them off at CES, and yeah, apparently that's what it's supposed to look like.
I actually printed this and had Kim paint it for me. I love Kim. And that's what this will look like. But with the stick here also being orange around the base, or possibly even having like a light behind it. I don't mind this either, but it does look a little dorky. I don't know why. Looks a little third party. Anyway, final thing I'll say, however, is this is the size. At the very least, the Joy-Cons and the size of the Switch.
It feels like the OLED. It feels like the size of the OLED, because OLED is like bigger than like the normal Switch. It's like I'm saying, it's like OLED and Switch 1 had like a child.
Might be a bit too big. According to Genki, it's a little smaller. I don't like that bezel. Oh, the kickstand. We didn't talk about that. They went for this weird U kickstand. I think maybe that was just to differentiate even further from the original Switch. So there was a clear difference even when you look at the back of it. People are going to ask questions. So the only thing I'm going to say is the reason why these models were made by these companies is so that they could make third-party accessories. So that's where these come from. I got it from somewhere.
Okay,
You can
but
draw whatever dots you want. All right, I want to take a look at all of the leaks.
What did this guy have been did? What do you have been did? What did you did? What did you did? What did you want? What did you
The
did?
console itself. Then we'll talk about the dock, and then we can talk about some features. So this all started several months back now with these model renders that leaked of the Switch itself. Shortly after, we got this leak, which was the shells of the console, and then we got a look at the Joy-Cons in a blurry, alien sighting style of potato camera quality. Also around that time, there was a creator, which I'll show here, that 3D printed a Switch based on this model, but it was her redesigning it and then printing it, whereas this is never mind. So here was the first high quality leak of the Joy-Con, and you can see that blue rail. The back of it does have all of the Nintendo information and the Nintendo logo. This is stuff typically you'll see on an actual Joy-Con, just like this one. Not necessarily on a third-party one. So who knows about that, but here are some third-party Joy-Cons for the Switch 2 proudly on display at SES. Insane. Now this Switch that they have, that they were showing off at the booth, they literally brought this and said, everyone come check out the Switch 2 at our Genki booth. Wow. Great way to promote your company, I gotta be honest. This is also 3D printed. Their model is almost identical to this one. It is in size. And obviously it has their case on it that they're showing off. And then on top of that, they have all of these other third-party accessories. And as you can see, this is all from them. And it all says Nintendo Switch 2. Now, Nintendo Switch 2, right? Is that the name? Because at this point,
I don't think that's the name.
Everything about this console leak, but we've heard nothing about a name,
other than
Nintendo Switch 2. And here we have Genki's branding with NS2. But the fact that we've seen this console now, and we've seen so much about it, and we haven't had any other name leak, it looks like my prediction, or at least my hope, of the Super Switch is diminishing. But it's not just that. I mean, it was just
maybe. Yeah, like we have OLED. If OLED is really good, is OLED because of the screen. And then like Super Nintendo Switch, it will make so much sense. You know, imagine if it's that. I hope so.
Console to CES, insane, but it's not just them creating products. Here we have an Amazon listing in Japan of this company accidentally revealing the Amazon listing, as this tweet says. Definitely not an accident, because we're here talking about it. And you can see once again this same Switch 2 that got sat in front of me here with this U-bend and this funky case. This has a case on it that this company is selling and that you can actually buy for 2,000 yen. You have the before mentioned
do people in Japan already know about this Switch and they are just like giving clues to the rest of the world? I feel like they already probably know because most of the information is from Japan. Hmm. Also, I don't know why it's like a lot of like stuff being sold, and I think Nintendo is gonna troll all these companies, all these
Satisfied selling
shops.
the Zen Grip 2
That's
have
what I
yours
feel.
ready for next gen launch. This is for pre-order and they will start shipping
Pre-order.
supposedly roughly around, I don't know, April of this year. Why is that? Well, they gotta wait. They gotta wait, don't they? You also have D-Brand doing the same thing with the kill switch here. They're way more open about it than anyone else too. Literally switch to
Are you telling me this is gonna out like in April?
kill switch. There
April,
was also a
March,
listing for this
here
leak
like 2 months.
protector for the Switch 2, which you would have to think would need to be a very exact size. Also, as you can see, their bezel is a lot
Yeah,
like my
feels a
bezel.
little bit.
So I'm really hoping that it's
Yeah.
not quite how Genki's one is. Genki's bezel is just it sucks because they're the ones saying that it's based on an actual Switch 2, and that's a big
Yeah.
bezel. It's too big. So here is an example. This is a
Mm.
mock-up of a white and black version. This is based on the dimensions and the look of the Switch, but I think this is like custom colored. I think a user has colored this, and for an example of how nice the black one would look, just tell me that doesn't look sleek. It looks like all of
Looks
these,
great.
which I know is a little bit played out maybe, but that's not Nintendo's fault. It's not Nintendo's fault that all these companies have come along and dropped these powerful,
Yeah.
elite, sleek black consoles, right? Even the ROG Ally released a white one initially and then improved it with a sleek black one. But none of that's Nintendo's fault. They haven't had a chance to do it themselves. And something I've always found with Nintendo is every time they release something new, especially in the handheld space, the
Okay.
previous thing instantly looks cheap and like a toy. You look at this sleek, black, powerful, large console, this big, thick juicer
Yeah.
of a boy in like this black elite sleek. Suddenly the original Switch with its funky neon colored Joy-Cons, it's a toy. It looks way more like a kid's toy.
A toy.
And I think we're gonna
I
end
think
up
that idea was like selling this for kids, but then they understood that most of the people that bought Nintendo, are like 20 to 25 years old, something like that, something for that age, and they be like, you know what? Let's make this look more clean. Let's make this one look more clean. God, I can't talk. Also, it happened with OLED because OLED is like all clean, all white, and actually it makes, now I'm thinking it makes sense they do like this version all black because it would be distant from OLED. Like if you like more like of white, if you think OLED looks more clean and all that stuff, you maybe buy OLED. If you don't, you buy like this one, the new one that is about to coming out. We just don't know when.
getting a nice, sleek new console and looking back at the Switch and being like, oh, that looks like a little kitty child's baby toy. Why did I ever play that? Before we move on and take a
Yeah.
closer look at the Joy-Cons and I talk about my theories for the optical camera, there's this user that has leaked a lot of things in the past that seems to say that he has a Switch, and he's saying that he opened up the kickstand and found micro SD Express engraved. Now, that's most likely what the new Switch is going to have, the upgraded Express micro SD card. What that means is games running off of that, assuming the Switch itself has better internals, we're looking at much faster load times on something like that.
Yes, hi, me again. So that fact has seemingly been backed up by recent leaks
Okay.
while I've been working on this video, that GameStop or EB Games in Australia have listed some Switch 2 stuff for pre-order, and that includes
Really?
Switch 2 Nintendo brand Express micro SD card, as well as even Joy-Con charger.
Actually,
honestly, I think when this
I don't know what is the card of mine. I think is that one. I don't remember buying one that had Mario on it. So wait, I'm gonna take this. I need to turn it off. Wait, because it's open. There you are. Yeah. Okay, he's not here. I forgot. I forgot. I think. Wait. Oh, how I didn't saw this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You need to see. This is the first time I look in my card after buying the Switch. Wait, you need to see this. Like, it has a symbol from. You can see that. Oh shit. Like, it has a symbol. You can see that. Okay. But it's basically like the symbol of Legend of Zelda, and I didn't saw that. I just saw it now. All this just to see if it was it, and I don't think it is. I don't think it's the express card. I don't think it is. I'm sure I thought that my card was like red. You know, this is like was the first time that I ever took it the card after buying it, so that's what was in my mind. Like it was red. If a Mario on it or something. But no, it's like the freaking Zelda. Yeah. Anyways. Wait, where is out of sound? Okay.
Card, as well as even Joy-Con charger grips. I honestly, I think we're this close to actually getting a reveal. While I've been working on this video, I've been paranoid Nintendo's gonna beat me to it, because that's how close I think we are.
You'll see a little optical drive in there. Then,
Okay.
if we go to this video, which I don't think this was supposed to be uploaded, and I think that because I know that. But this actually was a video that was playing behind Genki on a TV in all of the videos of them showing off the Switch.
A
And I don't
TV?
know if it's not supposed to be out there. It is a full look at the Switch in action. You can see here them removing the Joy-Con by pulling on that. So again, if we're assuming that Genki has seen this thing and they've made this video, that is confirmed how that trigger works to remove the Joy-Con. Right there.
It's like I feel they are posting something already in Japan and we don't know. And we don't know, you know?
I want to call
Continuing.
your attention to on this pan. Right in the middle of the video, you can see a flashing red light.
Yeah, you
That
already
is a
said that.
GoPro optical camera, which again is what's in a mouse. Now, what could that be used
Yeah.
for? I have a theory, but everybody else's initial theory was because it's what's in a mouse.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's because it's gonna help, you know, like in Just Dance, somehow it's really difficult for you to move. You know, like for example, with these guys right here, it was easier to point. Sometimes they were kind of laggy. We need to be serious. But with these guys right here, it was easier to point because they have like, you know, that here. You see the like this part that is black. I need to get out of camera. No, you already know this. Okay? If you are that old like me, you know this. Anyways, they had like this type of things that are the, you know, it is not the same thing that the mouses have, but it's something similar. It's more like something that normally you have in your TV controllers, just like to point it better. And actually, maybe that's why they have that, like for Just Dance, maybe for the moves. That's what I thought at first, but now he's explaining it better what it could be. Probably is to point better to the Switch to choose your character. I'm using Just Dance for as an example because that's one of the games that I know from normal Nintendo Switch that I played it in a normal Nintendo Switch. So in that one, the sticks don't out. They are literally just stuck there. So the average experience was that was my experience with.
could be used like a mouse. So here's Game Explain doing an example test of how that could be used. Now, it does make sense because there is a weak point in the Switch and the Switch's library, and that's any video game that requires a mouse. So to have a feature where you could turn it on its side like this and actually use it as a mouse, suddenly games like Civ 5, which is on the Switch, and Civ 6, which is confirmed to be coming to Switch, would be
Okay.
much easier to play. That
Yeah.
actually gives a way of playing.
Actually, playing Overwatch with this feature would be insane. It will be insane. I don't know. But for people that normally they play on like PC and they somehow started up playing on Switch, it's really good. It's actually trying, like, Nintendo somehow with this feature is making people that play on PC going to Switch, because somehow the mouse features, yeah, in game PC is one of the most important stuff. It's not like even like the keyboard, it's just the mouse, like the flexibility you have to play with a mouse in a PC. It's just like, anyways.
These games.
Anyways.
Is it a great way? No. I mean, could you have third-party accessories or certain things made to turn this into a more comfortable mouse? Absolutely, and that will happen. And that's kind of sick because again, it opens up a whole library of
It will
games
be.
and developers that have been afraid to support the Switch because their games don't really work on Switch. The only other thing I could assume, and maybe it will do both, is a replacement for the IR reader. If Nintendo even cares about replacing the IR reader, in my 3D models and in all the 3D mock-ups I've seen online, I've not seen an IR reader at the bottom of this right Joy-Con. Is it gone? Or is that little camera also an infrared camera? Those optical short throws,
Yeah,
they
probably
do infrared. They can.
Yeah.
It's just the range is like flush, essentially. So it wouldn't really have the range of an IR reader unless there's more to this little square than meets the eye. We obviously don't know much about it. But the Switch 2 is supposed to be fully backwards compatible. I know only like 13 games use the IR reader. In fact, I have a video where I played every single one. But one
I didn't know you could play AR on Switch. That's crazy. Okay.
thing that's very important to Nintendo,
I'm
think,
just
is
knowing
the
stuff that I
fitness
didn't
games
know.
and the fitness apps, and Ring
Yeah.
Fit did really well, and the vitality sensor of being able to place your thumb over something and get your heart rate. I think that's something that Nintendo's going to want to keep. So removing infrared or the IR reader completely, I think that's a mistake. Who knows? Maybe they decided it's just not worth it. But imagine if this little hole was the IR reader. I'm just spitballing here, but it would give you one on both Joy-Cons, so whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you could hold up whatever hand you wanted to interact with it. There are games like Brain Training where you hold up fingers. Kind of perfect. Also makes more sense to hold a Joy-Con normally and interact with the infrared rather than like pointing it at the bottom of the Joy-Con and trying to find the sweet spot. Just going like this makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah,
so that's
it's
my
more
theory,
comfortable.
and we'll see. But at the very least, it would be cool to see this turned into a mouse for those RTS games and other games like that. Oh, another thing that I wanted to quickly mention because I have it sat right
It can be
next to me
both.
here. Lenovo Legion Go.
It can be both. Yeah, it can be both. You never know.
They actually have the same thing right here at the bottom of this. Looks almost identical. And what is this used for? Holding it like this and using it like a mouse so that you can play.
Oh, wait a minute. This way is more comfortable. It looks like you are playing an arcade.
Mouse games
Actually.
and stuff like that. It's the same theory, the same idea. We actually didn't really take a look at this trailer. We may as well finish it here. So you can see these third-party Joy-Cons connecting to this charge dock that they've created. You can see the USB slot at the top and the buttons here on the side. The U kickstand at the back. Also, their case is able to switch out grips, which actually is a pretty cool idea. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
And then even a quick look at the dock. I was hoping it would be completely open-faced, but there's actually a little gap people have done mock-ups of just putting the time up there or some notification notifications or just some little fun displays like HUD displays
Oh.
utilizing that gap. And I do think,
Yeah,
again,
yeah, yeah.
Nintendo really should do that. I think that's the idea.
Yeah, yeah,
It just,
yeah.
again, separates it from the old Switch. All right, so let's dive
Mm-hmm.
into the dock. The
In
final piece.
sense of like the dock of Nintendo Switch, like the normal Nintendo Switch, it just completely involves it. So having that will be really, really
The
amazing.
puzzle and something that we only recently got a look at. So a few weeks back, this leaked. This look at the console and the dock, which you can kind of get
We
the
said,
feel that that front plate is a little lower and this more rounded look on the back. That's really all we can get
yeah.
from that. And then this image here of the Switch on its side, which also, again, looks exactly like this. It has that little connector that the Joy-Cons will snap onto. There was a lot of debate about if this photo was AI. And what people essentially determined after running it through some programs is the background is AI, and then the actual Switch and dock itself isn't. That holds up because this looks
Wait,
now,
what?
a few weeks later, exactly like everything else and all the other leaks we've seen. So all of this is, for all we can
It's like
tell,
a,
real. I think what they were doing is
a
hiding their location. Also, the only thing we can get from this picture here really
yeah, maybe.
is that this dock uses more power than the previous one, which is cool to see, only because it tells you that, hey, this new Switch, it's gonna need more power.
And is also gonna have a better battery. That's what it means too.
So that's what we have on the dock. And if you think it ends there with these leaks, guess again. Here's the motherboard. Yeah, didn't think you'd see that, did you? Now, I can't get much out of this.
Like, how do you have the link of a motherboard of a console that didn't out yet? How it happens?
Nerdy nerds, and I love you if you're one of them online, have looked at the
No.
chipset, and some people are trying to say it seems like it's going to be underpowered. I don't think there is any way to tell what this console can do until you turn the thing on and you put it through its paces,
Yeah.
you know, until you actually test it. The things here
Because
that
wait, that's just the motherboard. You guys don't know. I mean, I get the people that understand of this stuff of hardware, but it's just a motherboard. I don't know if you can get a lot of information with a motherboard because somehow the motherboard is kind of like the principal piece of like a PC, a smartphone, or whatever. And I don't think that's what says a lot about. That's literally the basic of that's the basic of a PC that's the basic of a device. So I don't know if you guys can say a lot just looking at the motherboard. I don't understand too much of hardware, but I don't think you guys can say like, oh yeah, I can handle it. Like, you don't know. Like motherboard can be, you can use whatever to like customize it, you know.
noticed
Like
that
I'm
nobody
saying, I don't
noticed
understand too
is
much, but
2 USB-C slots. Yeah, it looks like the new Switch has 2 of these suckers, which I like for a couple reasons. One, you can charge it and plug something into it at the same time. That could be great for controllers,
yeah,
multiple things. My first thought is
putting on the TV. My first thought is like maybe even in charge it, like I can be here with it charging it, and I can play on my PC, for example. Like, whoa.
my XR glasses that I love so much. A lot of
Oh,
practical
okay,
uses in
okay,
having
okay.
2 slots, and I'm very thankful for
Yeah.
that. You know what also would be good for 2 slots, I'm now realizing? If they are leaning into using a Joy-Con as a mouse, maybe you can just plug in a mouse as well. Couple more
Exactly,
fun things I
exactly.
have to show
That
you.
too.
One of the
That
Switch
too.
2's first third-party ports might have been revealed. So someone who is a developer who has worked on Gotham Knights has listed the game to be coming to multiple places and 2 places that are unannounced platforms. And really the only unannounced platforms that we know about is Switch 2.
4:10 p.m., 5:55 p.m. This leak is fresh off the press from an hour and a half ago. I can't.
Guys, Nintendo people, calm down your nerves, please. Calm down your nerves. I know it's crazy, but calm down your nerves. You don't need to leak everything. Okay? Calm down. You already know a lot of stuff. We already know a lot of stuff. Let's wait now. Please. Because if you keep leaking things and imagine that is not that. Okay? Let's keep being happy with the information we already have. Okay? Please, please, please. Thank you.
I gotta get this video out. Stop leaking it! So, apparently now, there's a January 17th reveal, and we don't just have Gotham Knights to look forward to, because we all were. Apparently games like Red Dead 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and the Halo games are coming to the Switch pretty close to launch. Honestly, this happened so recently, I don't even know where to follow these leaks, but Nintendo has said they wanted to strengthen their relationships with a lot of companies and places like Microsoft, so it's not too much of a surprise. Oh, and a
Yeah.
March 7th launch? I gotta get out. I need this video out so I can move on with my life.
Now, here's a fun
Yeah.
pattern that didn't necessarily leak, but some people
Okay.
caught onto it. It's very long, so I'm going to summarize what makes it interesting. There's a pattern in here for shrinking file sizes of games. The long story short is you take a game that's 60 gigs, Nintendo has a pattern and a magical way of making it 20 gigs. But what's even better than that is this same pattern talks about AI upscaling and how shrinking a file size by taking a game that might natively play in 4K but shrinking it down to 1080p shrinks the file size from down to 60 gigs to an example of 20 gigs. And then, if you artificially boost it back up to 4K, you can get that resolution while keeping it at 20 gigs. Now, this is so exciting to see
Okay,
in a Nintendo
wait,
patent,
what?
because this is something I have been yelling about for at least 2, if not 3 years now. NVIDIA's AI
Okay.
upscaling to get 4K on the Switch. People thought I was insane. People didn't understand how actually easy it is to implement this technology.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah,
been
yeah,
implemented
yeah,
in NVIDIA
yeah.
products for years already, which is just incredible. And again, I think is an industry standard that you
Like
need.
my own phone. This is a freaking smartphone. This is a freaking smartphone and it can load 4K. Okay? Even my PC, you know that my PC is really lagged, but it can load 4K. I just don't need to be streaming, obviously. But it can load 4K. It can load 4K. It's not that problematic. It's not that hard.
To have right now. The PlayStation 5 Pro just released and does a very similar thing with PSSR by
Yeah.
upscaling games to 4K that aren't actually 4K. No reason why the Switch can't do it too. All right, I want to end all these leaks and rumors with a couple of things here. One, today, Nintendo updated their Twitter banner with Mario and Luigi pointing at an empty blank white space. That's exciting.
That's okay. That's why you guys are saying that like 1 a.m. is gonna out something. Okay, I get it now.
This user said they checked Nintendo's Twitter account with the Wayback Machine and they used the exact same banner when they announced the Switch back in October 2016. And I want you to also look.
Okay, wait a minute. This can be a coincidence, but it's not spring yet. It's not spring yet. Oh my god.
At this Mario and Luigi, they're old renders. They're not the updated renders of Mario and Luigi. Mario actually looks a little weird. So the last time they used this image, they revealed the Switch back in 2016. They've just updated the image again. We're getting so close. Couple fun things here. Here's a black mock-up of the Switch with the dock and Metroid Prime. This image is just getting me excited. Another mock-up here of the colored Joy-Cons. Just cool to see them. Going to be the official Switch 2 release trailer, which has leaked, and it's confirmed to be the real trailer. I mean, you'll see as you watch this that it's very much the real thing. I
Wait, no way they look at the trailer. Oh my god.
love what they did with these colored buttons. I'm telling you, this thing's gonna be called Super Switch, and
Okay, yeah. Look at the colors. If it's not gonna be called Super Switch, it can be. It can be. It needs to be called Super Switch.
these
Like,
buttons is what's convinced me. Hall
yeah, yeah,
effect analog sticks. We needed that. There's the LED ring. I'm surprised that's like not part of any of the mock-ups or models or renders that I've
yeah.
seen. I am excited to see how the HD Rumble is in the new 2.0. Magnetic Joy-Cons, 1080p screen. I love the new menu. I told you Elden Ring was going to come to the Switch. Support for it. We already knew it was back
Yes, yes. Anyways,
it's compatible because they tweeted that.
I'm saying yes, but we don't know yet.
I
Exactly.
love using it as like a little carry handle, that kickstand. I guess I take it back what I said. That's actually kind of cool. Dock looks a little different to the leaks that we've seen, but I love the
Mm-hmm.
LED light on it. And then this is the craziest part because that's where the IR reader used to be, but new feature, Smell-O-Vision. Now I've heard of companies that like PlayStation said they're working on Smell-O-Vision, and Nintendo
Okay.
beating them to the punch is so funny.
If it happened.
Yeah, so that's great. I'm actually really excited for that.
Wait,
I'm assuming
wait, amazing, but like this face, it looks like Giga Chad. It looks like Giga Chad. I don't know if I should trace in this trailer.
yeah, so that's
I don't
great.
know.
I'm actually really excited for that. I'm assuming there's some new Mario game that's releasing where you can sniff Peach's armpits, and that's really clever. That's a great place to start with the feature because, of course, a lot of people are going to want to experience that. I mean, I've always wanted to experience that. We all have. So that's that's that. I want to know what
That's
you
that.
guys think. I'm just so excited.
I don't
And
know.
again, all of this could be lies. I could be being lied to. You could be being lied to.
Like, I don't believe in anything of this. You know, with live, I just learned it that sometimes don't believe in leaks, don't believe in this bullshit. Just believe to the official thing came out, okay? If it is, we can be like, yes, everyone know it already. But you know, you can have a notion of what to expect. And I think that's it. You know, I think that's it. I will not trust too much in this. It's not need to trust,
Nintendo
okay?
could
It's
be
not need
pulling
to
the biggest
trust.
rug pull of the century, and
Yeah,
I would love
yeah,
to see it.
yeah.
But if this is what we've got to go
Same.
on, I think the colorway is going to be very important to making this look and feel new. I think those new features and new gimmicks, and I'm hoping there's gimmicks that we don't even have conceived yet. But baseline, this is what it looks like, and it plays games to the quality of something like a Steam Deck. That's all we really need, and I'm so excited to go through this journey
Also,
with
Also, one thing, if it's about to call Super Nintendo, why in the beginning? I mean, this is a theory, obviously. Why in the beginning of the trailer was like Nintendo Switch 2? You know, I don't think they would call it Nintendo Switch 2 because that's a little bit out of creativity. Because if they wanted to call Nintendo Switch 2, they did that with OLED. But no, they call it Nintendo Switch OLED. So maybe Super Nintendo Switch will be such a freaking name. I love the idea it being that name for
you
real.
guys again. My channel was a small retro channel when the Switch released initially. And
Yeah.
alongside the Switch and alongside all of you fans of Nintendo, this channel has grown and the videos I make
Yay.
have grown over the last 8 years. And this is the reset point. This is where we go back around and we do it all over again.
Yeah.
Trying the new hardware, finding games worth buying, experiencing Nintendo, and I cannot
Yeah.
wait. This console is the second most excited I am for something to come out this year. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Nintendo, you gotta get a better plumber. Mario ain't cutting it. These leaks, they're out of control.
Yeah, they are. They are. He's right. They are. Nintendo, please. I don't know what to do, but I don't know if you should say that for people to come down. I don't know if you I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what you should do because this is freaking crazy how people are linking this switch. Okay, it's being crazy. How it's outing a lot of information, and we don't even know if that's like real. You know.
Before I start